Hi everyone, Miss A again, and we are going to do now connecting intercepts and linear functions. For those of you in our class, this is section 20.2, page 951 and forward, and let's just jump into it. So we're going to start here with these two binomials, and we did this before. When we multiply binomials, just as a quick review, we use FOIL. FOIL stands for first, which will give us 2x squared when I multiply that. Then the outside, which is 2x times 4. So that's going to give me 8x. Then the inside, negative 3x. And then the last terms, negative 3 times 4, negative 12. Here I'm going to combine these two like terms, and I'm left with 2x squared. 8 minus 3 is going to give me 5x minus 12. These two things multiplied together gives me this polynomial. These two things then are the factors, which are the two things you multiply together, to give me this product. That is why when you write a function in factored form, it looks like this. K is just a constant times x minus a in parentheses times x minus b, and k cannot be 0, otherwise everything is 0. So this is considered factored form. I just wanted to explain to you real quick why that's considered factored form. In this section, we're going to be working getting factored form and writing it into standard form, and using factored form to figure out some information. So let's get started. This is example B on page 952. Y is equal to 3 times x minus 5 in parentheses times x minus 2. This is a quadratic function written in factored form. So here are some of the steps how to solve it. First, we're going to write this in standard form. How do I write this in standard form? Well, I use FOIL to multiply this out together. So here, I'm going to do FOIL again first. It's going to give me x squared. Then outside, negative 2x. Inside, negative 5x. Together, that's negative 7x. And last, it's going to be plus 10, and all of that has a k multiplication of 3, and I'm going to multiply that through. So that means I'm going to distribute the 3 on each of these. 3x squared, 3 times 7 minus 21x, and then 3 times 10 plus 30. So there, I'm done. I have written this now in standard form. And some of the exercises in this section are going to ask you for the x-intercepts. Those are very easy to find out looking at the original form. This is multiplication. This is 3 times this amount times this amount. K, or the 3 here, is 3. It's not 0. But if this x was a number that would make this amount 0, then that would be a 0 value, or what they call an x-intercept. So what amount of x minus 5 would equal 0? 5. If x was equal to 5, let's check it out. So if I had 5 minus 5, that would equal to 0. So when x is 5, then that is an x-intercept. What about this factor here? What x, if I plugged it into this factor, would make this entire thing 0? Well, if x was equal to 2, because 2 minus 2 is equal to 0. So my x-intercepts, or my zeros in this function, is x equals 5 and x equals 2. Let's try one more here. They ask you to write each of these functions in standard form. we have y is equal to 4 x minus 1 x plus 3. So here, same thing, we're going to use FOIL. I'm going to get 4 times x squared, and then we're going to do outside 3x, inside negative 1x. That's going to give me positive 2x, and last, negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. And I'm going to multiply it through. It's going to give me 4x squared. And now when I do 4 times 2 plus 8x, and then 4 times negative 3 minus 12. From this factored form, I know that if x in this guy here is equal to 1, I'm going to have 1 minus 1. That's going to give me my first zero value. What about here? Well, if x is equal to negative 3, I'm going to have negative 3 plus 3, and that's also going to equal 0. I can also look for my axis of symmetry and find that out, which will help me graph this. So what's the formula for axis of symmetry? The x is equal to negative b over 2a. This is my b. That's negative 8. And this is my a. So 2 times 4. So that's going to give me negative 8 over 8, negative 1. So I have my axis of symmetry is x equals negative 1.